Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look. Of course, everyone that's always asking for colour is going to be like, bitch, what the but I wanted to do something super neutral and super matte, but then I wanted to do like a pop of colour just because I feel like all of my looks lately have been neutral and matte. It's that season where I just want to do warm smoky looks all the time. I haven't done a pop of colour in the lower lash in a little while. The look is all matte, not one shimmer, not one highlighter on my face, just a fully matte look, which again, I haven't done one of those in so long. I just like the way matte skin looks at the moment. I feel like my skin looks best when it's all matte. It's just very seamless and blended. The video is going to be a voiceover, so I'm just here doing the intro, but the rest of it's going to be me talking on voiceover. I really hope you love it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Well, I'll see you at the end, really. Enjoy the video. It's me on voiceover. We are kicking things off today with the brows. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Ebony. As always, I start by brushing my brows up. I do this because it just gets the hairs out of the way, so it makes it easier to see where you are drawing your brows. And also I find this product gets caught up in hairs quite easily, so moving the hairs out of the way just makes it easier for it to move. I always start on the bottom and then I fill in the top, and then I go ahead and do these kind of small strokes with my brush. The brush I'm using is the Smith 118 brush, I believe. I will confirm, or 207, something like that. And I really like this. Any angled brush is really good. Zoeva 317 also works lovely for this. And I just really take my time because brows, I almost have to construct my own brow just because my hairs are so sporadic. When I use the pomade, it literally just like gets me. It's like my brows but better basically. So I just repeat the same process on the other side, and this is what the brows look like. Taking that NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer and just an unnamed flat shader brush, I just clean up my brows. I really love using this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer because it's really close to my skin tone and it spreads so well. The product blends out absolutely beautifully. Highly recommend for cleaning up the brows. It's a really good product. I absolutely love it. I'm just going to kind of let you guys watch how I clean up my brows. I've left in as much of this footage as possible just because I know it is quite helpful to see the process in its entirety. I also use that product above my brows just to clean up a little bit, just to make it a little bit sharp. Taking my buffer concealer brush from Smashbox, I just blend out that concealer. See, it literally melts into the skin like a dream. Follow up with my Glossier Pro Tip. Oh my god, I've been calling this brow flick my Glossier Pro Tip in black, and I just again use this to create kind of hair-like strokes within my brow, and it just makes all of the difference. Prime my face today, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Primer. I love this, it's so delicious. Follow up with the NARS Pore and Shine Control, just in the areas where I tend to get a little bit oily, so around my nose and then around where I have blemishes. I'm mixing NARS Natural Radiant Longwear today with the Bobbi Brown Longwear Weightless Foundation. These two mixed in so beautifully. So I use Macao in NARS and I use Warm Almond in Bobbi, and the shade match is absolutely delicious. I blended that in with my Clinique, it's like a stippling foundation brush. I really love this. If I don't use this, I'll use my beauty blender. Conceal and contour today using the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer and the Huda Beauty Tantour in medium. I like to blend out the Tantour with my beauty blender. I find that this is just the best way to do this. It definitely blends out a lot better than this way than drawing it on your skin first and then blending it out. I used two different beauty blenders on my face today. I actually prefer this mint one to the sapphire one. I used to absolutely love the sapphire one, but I just like the mint one a little bit better because it gets bigger than the sapphire one, and also it's less soft, so I feel like you have a bit more control over it. Again, you guys are kind of watching the process. I think that is probably more useful. To set under my eyes, I'm taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I was using this for a long time because I ran out of my Huda Beauty, and now I just really love it. When I first started using it years ago, I did not like it, but actually I love what it does to my skin. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Bringing back some definition to the contours of my face using Toasted Hoola bronzer. This is my absolute favourite. If you know me, you know that this is my spin. And then I take Blondie just to balance out that colour. Blondie is quite yellow, but it's quite nice if you feel like your under eye is a little bit white to go over top with. The palette I'm using today is the Good as Gold from Colourpop. I start by taking that mustard shade. I really like the way the mustard shade looked on my eyes actually. I think I might do another look where I just do this mustard shade on its own. Apply this to just that area below my brows using a Zoeva 227. And I repeat the process with the dark brown in the palette. I love the way these two blended into each other, just like an everyday vibe. This would be so pretty without the next stage I'm about to do with the under eye. This is just so pretty, and I take that colour also onto the lid. So the reason I put the mustard shade down first is to just help this brown blend in and melt so much easier into the skin, and as you can see, I think it does a really good job of doing that. I'm just cleaning up my contour with my concealer. So this is a Too Faced multi-use concealer that I use under my eyes, underneath my contour, just to clean up a little bit. And I am taking this on my concealer buffer brush from Smashbox. So I put it on and then I kind of left it to sit in while I was doing my eyes, and then I've come back to buff it out. I'm doing a wing today, and I literally used 3 different pens. The first pen I took was an Ico eyeliner pen, and then I took another Ico eyeliner pen, and it just wasn't dark enough. I finally ended up using the Marc Jacobs, I think it's called I'm not sure what it's called, I'll leave it in the description box, but this was really nice. It was dark, really pigmented, and just went on really well. And I just did a kind of like a baby wing, but a fierce baby wing. So I didn't bring it out too much, and I like the way it looks actually having like a smaller fierce baby wing. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. It's like the wing isn't too, it's just strong. NARS eyeliner pencil in Grafton Street. I just put that into the waterline, and then I take it below the waterline as well. And this is the only thing we're using down here. Taking a little tiny pencil brush, I just blend that out, and it honestly blended out so beautifully. The formula of these eyeliner pens are so creamy. You can use it underneath your eyes. You can also use it on your actual eyelid, but I just used it today in the waterline, and it stayed really nicely. So it has good staying power, and it blends out really beautifully, and it's just a really nice forest green. Really perfect for this season actually. Lancome mascaras are the best for me. They do the best mascaras on the market. I accidentally, look at my face, I accidentally got mascara on mine, so I just did it on the other eye as well. My favourite step to do lately is just take my Deep Peach powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills and set around my mouth. It's made all the difference. And then I just go over top with my bronzer just to make sure the rest of it is like blended out really nicely. But it literally, if you look back and then come back to this clip, it makes all the difference. And if you feel like your face is a little bit cakey, you can take a setting spray. I just use the Matte Fix Plus. It's like a pineapple one. Lastly, doing the lips. So I take BFF3 from Colourpop. I almost contour my lips when I do a nude lip. Lighter brown. It's not light, but it's just lighter than the brown I'm going to use after, just to line my lips and fill in a little bit. And then I go with BFF4. This is the darker one, just round, to really make my lips really shapely. You guys know I have big lips, but they're not particularly shapely, so this is my thing. This step with the lipstick you can skip, but I wasn't sure how the lip gloss would look over top, so I just put that lipstick down because I know that I love it. Blend out the edges, make sure there's no harsh lines before going over top with this ultra glossy lip from Colourpop, again in Fantasia. This is such an affordable lip combination, minus the lipstick, which you don't necessarily need. You can literally even use your concealer. And then I couldn't go without doing some fragrance, so I'm using the Clinique Happy. This is such a nice, fresh perfume. And this is the finished look for you guys. I really love it. I hope you guys do too. And now back to me. I just realised I basically adjusted the height of my ring light before I started to film today's tutorial. Voiceover bit where I was doing my makeup, I feel like the lighting is different. I was basically trying something new, but I was watching over the footage and I'm not sure I like it. So I've just adjusted it back, so the lighting should be a little bit better now. But I know now not to ever do that again. Really hope you loved today's look. I absolutely love like the matte, very strong matte contour, very matte face. This is really my vibe at the moment. My skin tends to get oily in this area as the day goes on, so I love leaving my house almost like a dead matte just because it warms my skin really beautifully. That's just me. If you have oily skin, you will absolutely eat up this routine. Maybe swap out the matte primer actually, because matte primers aren't really that good for oily skin, because I find that it makes your skin overproduce oil, or not too much of it, just in the areas where you get super oily like I did. These shimmers as well in here look like they're going to be absolutely delicious, so I'll probably use them another time. And I finally got my hands on the BFF3 and the BFF4 liners from Colourpop. These are so popular. They kind of remind me of MAC Cork and MAC Chestnut, and this lip gloss is actually really nice as well. I don't usually do like a glossy, like a shimmery gloss, but I really love the way this looks. This is Fantasia and it's the ultra glossy lip. I think it complements the look really well. It's all very monochromatic minus the green on the lower lash, which I actually kind of vibe with. Let me know what else you want to see. I've been so productive lately, guys, so if you suggest something and you don't see it before Christmas, then I will likely probably get to it after Christmas if I haven't already done it. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!